Hi all. It's NK. I'd like to share exciting news today. The Reboot just became an Amazon bestseller. I'd like to thank you so much. It's all thanks to your support. You know, Reboot is based on all my personal crises, all my experiences, and I went through during the pandemic, and the real story of how I brought my company and my career back to life. You are not living by yourself. You are living in a connected society. This pandemic involves not just one country, but the entire world. We are all moving in a same direction. So stay connected and study this new change. If you don't, you are going to fall behind badly. Now, I'd like to hear feedback from you around the world. Now is the time to move to the next level. It's time to change yourself and challenge yourself. And I hope my book will help you in the other countries as well. Reboot yourself.
It's nice to meet you. So welcome to tonight's live streaming event, Reboot Again. I'm NK Kim. This show has been prepared to introduce my book, Reboot, to readers all around the world. This is my first English book, and tonight I'll be giving my first English lecture about Reboot. After my lovely 40 minutes to talk, then we're going to have a Q&A session with 3 special guests. Now, let me introduce the guests. Okay, this is Joyce Beck. Hi. She's a professor at Korea University. And this is Serena Huang. And she's the CEO and founder of Ango. And then this is Daniel Tudor. He's a writer and entrepreneur. Hi. Yeah, they knew you. Joyce Beck 선생님. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us today. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, let me give you a little background of myself. I've been a motivational speaker for the past 30 years in Korea. I've written over 20 books. I founded an online school called MKYU, which means MK is my name, Y referring you, and U meaning university. I also run a nonprofit for single mothers. I'm a TV show host and a YouTuber. But last year, I nearly lost everything. I almost had to let go of all 20 employees at my company. But despite the pandemic, not only did I manage to keep all 20 employees, my company has grown. Now we have more than 100 employees. This is my Reboot story. I wrote a book about it in Korea last year. But it was a bestseller in Korea, but so many people wanted to read Reboot in English. So they wanted to share this book to their family and friends abroad. I'd like to share that story with you today. This past year and a half, we've all had to endure hardships because of COVID. Financial struggles have been some of the most daunting. But before I get into that, I'd like to say you've done a great job so far. The fact that we've been fighting with a highly contagious virus for over a year, and we are still alive, is the greatest thing ever. We deserve to be proud. However, it's not enough to just survive. Now is the time to thrive. Let me take you back to when this all started for me. You know, I still remember the day, the January 22nd, 2020. I gave what turned out to be my last speech of the year. I never thought it would be my last, but it was. The manager at the company said, MK, the situation will probably be over in a month or two. So in the meantime, think of it as a long vacation and rest well. Yes, that's what I did. I read a lot of books, spent quality time with my daughter, and of course, I watched Netflix every day. Months passed like that. However, over time, the situation became very serious. A social distancing order was issued. I was doomed. My job revolved around the speaking to a live audience, but I couldn't anymore. I was terrified of not being able to give lectures and even more afraid of not being able to make money. For the first time, the professional speaking industry came to a halt so completely that there was no restart in sight. My accountant said, "Boss, we're going to be in serious trouble if this continues. We can't cover all the expenses." You know, the pause in my speeches meant that my company was in jeopardy. My employees' livelihoods were at stake. I became desperate. So one morning, I blurted out, "Please help me this one time to retain them all. Please grant my wish just once so that I don't have to let any of my employees go." I had to do something, anything, to find a way out of this crisis and keep all my employees. I never experienced anything like this in my 57 years of life. It was a sink or swim. So I chose to swim. First, I read everything from newspapers to consulting firm reports to books to find any small clues for my company's survival. My brain and body became busier than ever. I spent all my time trying to find clues. My entire day was devoted to writing down ideas and thinking about solutions. It was my desperate struggle to find ways to survive. Whenever I came up with a good idea, I wrote it down in my notebook, which I called this Corona Solution Notebook. I ended up filling 3 notebooks full of ideas, scenarios, and solutions to get out of this COVID mess. Those personal notes later became the basis of my book. Another month passed, still no solutions. But I noticed something. A lot of businesses were struggling financially, but some companies were prospering. They were doing even better than before the pandemic. Some people were losing their jobs, but some were making more money. Some stores were closing down, but some businesses were growing. Not everybody seemed to be having a hard time. So I continued to spend all my time reading papers and reports by experts to figure out the reason for this. So one day, I was reading a newspaper, and a picture jumped out at me. It was a picture of a college student holding up a protest sign. He wanted a 50% refund for his college tuition because all classes had moved online. No classroom, no professor, only Zoom classes. And it hit me, if students were only asking for a 50% refund, that meant they were still willing to pay the rest for online classes. They didn't ask for a full refund. They only asked for 50%. This one picture gave me the answer that I've been searching for. You know, before the pandemic, I could only make money through in-person lectures and offline classes. If for some reason I couldn't give an in-person lecture, I offered the video recordings instead, then companies weren't willing to pay for them back then. But now, the situation was different. Online classes became the norm for everybody. Zoom classes, live streaming, even video clips were now profitable. The fact that so many people were willing to pay for online classes and video clips meant that my lecture videos were now more valuable. They didn't have to be free anymore. The fact that people were developing the habit of paying for online content was revolution. This was something that I've been dreaming of all my life. I no longer needed to physically travel to give speeches. So I decided to move all my content online. I finally found the answer I was looking for to save my company. So I told my employees, all right, from now on, we are no longer just a content company, okay? We'll become a digital company. They were shocked. They said, oh, MK, are you okay? Are you serious? They thought I lost my mind. I said, okay, life after coronavirus will be a completely different. This new whole world. The formula for living and making money will be completely new. I've identified 4 formulas that'll bring our company back to life. To make it happen, we must change everything, okay? We must completely reset the way we operate our businesses. We need to reboot. Over the next few months, my company charged ahead with rebooting all our business lines. It all went according to the 4 rebooting formulas. We had to quickly make the jump, and we had to adjust ourselves to survive and make money. I even started studying coding to understand the digital world. 5 months into the crisis, and fortunately, my company continued to function. We moved everything online. You know, my prayers were answered. Not only did I let go of any of my employees' go, but I was able to grow my business and hire new employees each month. It's all because I found a different way to connect to the new world. Before I rebooted, MKYU had only 5,000 students. Today, we have over 60,000. My company went from 20 employees to 100 right now. So, how can we reboot? We all need to know a few things about the pandemic. First, the pandemic is not a crisis, it's a chaos. What do I mean? When the pandemic started, I could no longer give speeches. It seemed like a crisis, right? But as soon as I thought of it as a state of chaos, I accepted the situation and I started to look for clues to survive. I found my clue in the forum of the student holding up the protest sign, right? Had it not been for that picture, I wouldn't have moved online. I might have lost my company. COVID happened so suddenly that it has been hard to see the positive in it. But you have to try to think of it as a state of chaos, not a crisis. Within chaos lies a new order. You can lead to new opportunities. We all need to find clues for our own survival. They are everywhere, just waiting to be found. You just need to change your mindset first. Think of the pandemic as a state of chaos, not a crisis. Then you can find your clues to survive and make your own opportunities in this new world. The second thing you have to know is that money is moving to the next world. And many people complain that the world is moving online too fast. But who's driving this change? You and I are. We are choosing to shop online and take online classes. Before the pandemic, our industry was combined with analog and digital systems. But we were forced online during the pandemic. Now that we've experienced the comfort of learning and working online, we know that we can't live without this technology. Now you can see why money is moving. It's because of us. We make this change. Our new habits cause money to move to the next world. You know, many companies that have already shifted to the post-COVID era. When corporations make this kind of big move, they take their money and all kinds of resources with them. If you can't see money around you, it's not gone. It has moved somewhere else. Money doesn't drain in itself. It simply moves from one place to another. So what are you doing about it? I was in the same situation. I had no idea, and I was making the same mistake. Right after the pandemic, when I couldn't give speeches anymore, I kept thinking, wow, where has my money gone? Okay? Where has my money moved to? I couldn't see it. And I couldn't do anything about it. At the time, I didn't realize the money had moved to the digitalized world. The world is prospering in the next era. That is where the money is. You must be part of it. I want you to realize this before it's too late. The third thing you must know is that you can either stay behind or move forward. This year is the most important year ever. My publisher in the US, Mikey, told me that so many people have no idea about the future. Yes, I agree. Yes. The majority of the people are not interested. Some people don't want change. But everything is changing, even if we are not. After the pandemic hit, I was so frustrated and afraid. For the first 2 months, I kept thinking, what if I can't go back to give lectures? Every day, I kept wondering how I could go back to the pre-coronavirus days. I was afraid of not being able to give speeches anymore. It was a nightmare. But one day, I realized, all right, no matter how tightly I hang on to the past, I cannot go back. So I decided to, like this, I wasn't going to say I can't anymore. Instead, I changed it, I can't, to I won't. I want to go back to lectures, but you know what? I will survive in a different way. So, if you're frustrated and afraid, you have to declare with confidence. It's not that I can't, it's that I won't. and I will overcome this crisis. So those were the three things you must know about the pandemic. So how can you get back up on your feet again? How do you reboot your life and your work? From my experience, I've identified 4 Reboot formulas, and those four Reboot formulas saved my life and my career. You can apply these 4 formulas to your work and to your life. The first formula is untact. In this digital era, you must learn how to connect and communicate with people online. The newly coined word for this is untact, which means online contact. The majority of what we used to do in our daily lives is now untact. There are various platforms you can connect with. Most of them are free. So let's say if you are a teacher, you must learn how to use Zoom and Google Meet and many other tools. If you are a seller, then you must know about how to use Amazon, Shopify, and Facebook. You must go ahead even if you are uncertain about the future. Winning and losing depends on who starts first and how fast. The second formula is digital transformation. This will allow you to study and money online. The first thing I did after moving to the digital world was to open a special courses at MKYU called Digital Transformation to help my students move to the digital world. The response was overwhelming. More than 3,000 people took the class. Most of them were women in their 30s to 60s. Can you believe this? Thousands of your average person trying to get just-in-time education about this new concept, digital transformation. Many students make the digital transformation and apply what they learned. They try to build their own online business, and now they've become incredibly successful. In my case, most of my income is now made online, not offline. I have a YouTube channel with more than 1.4 million subscribers. My Instagram account has over 200,000 followers. And then there's my online university, MKYU. Up until last year, I used to only give offline lectures. Things are changing. So you should try to build your own business, online business, and become a digital transformer. The third formula is to become an independent worker. Once you make the digital transformation, you can actually meet people more easily and become part of a larger market. There are no borders in the digital world. The digital world is ideal for the independent worker. In my case, thanks to the new way of interviewing online, I had more chances to talk to some amazing people like Jared Diamond, Adam Grant, and Jim Rogers, to name a few. Before the pandemic, I had to consider many things, the schedule and long-distance flight, but now, with just a few clicks and emails, I can connect with people all around the world. Everyone has become more accessible. Had it not been for the pandemic, I might not have met these wonderful people. It's like a blessing in disguise. New technologies and digital tools are being introduced every day. If you make the digital transformation and apply what you learn as an independent worker, endless opportunities will knock at your door. The first formula is safety. The 3 Reboot formulas, untact, digital transformation, and becoming an independent worker must be combined with safety. When you ask people, so what do you want to do after the pandemic? Probably they're going to say, travel. And then probably they're going to say, is the country safe? Is the hotel safe? Is the airplane safe? You know, safety will become the first and foremost priority when making a decision. Now, safety is the priority for many companies and individual businesses. If you make the product or business model, you must be safety sensitive. Because if you don't care about the safety, then your consumers won't support you. So, now that you know about the 4 reboot formulas, then it's time to reboot yourself by writing your reboot scenario. A reboot scenario is a prediction about what's going to happen in your life in the near future. Many big companies do this every year. They spend a lot of money hiring consulting firms to do this. But we don't have that much of money. So we have to do this by our own. We also need to predict what will happen in our individual lives. Okay, we strongly I really strongly recommend you write your own reboot scenario. First, figure out what is changing and what is not changing in the world. Second, write a synopsis for your own story. Apply your goal to the 4 reboot formulas. Lastly, make to-do list for execution. Then, just do it right now. Don't wait until you are 100% ready. You are living, we are living in turbulent times. We cannot be 100% certain about anything. So if you are 10% ready, then you are ready enough just to start. You must not fall behind. I really hope, especially after listening to my talk today, okay? So, everyone has experienced 1 or 2 crises in their lives. I've experienced many. I've been broke. I lost my jobs and my career. The COVID pandemic has been like no other crisis. The virus and the digital technology are daunting for us. It's natural to be afraid. But I believe every crisis contains a message, a question that needs to be answered. For me, each crisis was life's way making me search for answers. Every time, the process of researching made me a better person. It definitely wasn't easy, but it was worth it. The pandemic is asking us, how can you survive in this situation? If we find a way out of this crisis, we'll come out a better person, living a better life. We'll not only survive, we'll thrive. So, now is the time to end the pause and start to reboot. Thank you very much.
Just believe yourself, don't give up. just believe yourself. Don't give up.
Wow. Okay. Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
How are you doing? That was a really good lecture.
How's my lecture?
Oh, congratulations.
Good?
It was really, really good. And yeah, really insightful and really well delivered. I think really good to listen to as well. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Could you say hello to our viewers?
Okay. Hello.
Camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Daniel Tudor. I'm all the way from Manchester in England. And I don't. Oh, hello.
So where are you from? Actually, your hometown.
A place near Manchester in England. A very small town, actually, on the outskirts.
Small town.
Very countryside and lots of trees and hills and all that. Yeah.
Could you introduce yourself?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So I used to be a journalist here, writing for a publication called The Economist. I've also started a few businesses here in Korea. A beer company, a meditation app. And yeah, I've written a few books as well. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a diverse and strange career. Yeah.
You wrote a book, right?
Yeah, a few different ones. Yeah, they're not as popular as yours. but-
고독한 이방인.
Right. That was the more recent one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a question?
Yeah, sure. Right. So yeah, of course, you're an author of many best-selling books here in Korea. I mean, how many, for our international audience here, how many books have you written altogether? And what do you normally write about? What's your normal topic of for your writing and your book and your discussions, your lectures?
Yeah, well, as a motivational speaker, I've written more than 20 books.
Wow.
Yeah, it's most about self-development and self-esteem. Most of the story are based on my personal and life experience. In Reboot, this book is also about my experience, from my experience. This is my first English book.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't know what to expect, but the response has been great. As you know, my book is about for individuals. It's about how the average person during the pandemic can get back up on their feet again.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that, I mean, it can be true in Korea and true anywhere. I mean, it can easily be popular in any country, I think, because I mean, the pandemic affects everyone.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm sure it will. It will.
Yeah. So you know that I feel like it's a testament to how much we all need help and guidance. It doesn't matter, as you know that. It doesn't matter which country you are from.
Right.
We are all going through the same situation right now.
Yeah.
So thank you all the readers around the world for choosing to read my book.
Now, something that I was just wondering about before. I understand you studied music composition.
You're right.
When you're a university student. Now you're this motivational speaker, writer, and so. How did you get from point A to point B? What's the career path?
Okay. Wow, that is a long story. Yeah. At university, I studied music composition. Yeah, my first job after graduating was private tutoring. So I taught the students piano, and I had just only two students. I started very small, but I loved it. But you know something? The teaching children isn't just about dealing with children.
Okay.
It's about their moms, you know?
There's the real customer.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, you're very smart. Yes, right. So, it's about communicating with moms. I discovered that I was really good at it. So, I was able to open my own piano academy. Of course, I had to borrow money from bank a lot. So, you know that. Yeah, it is very scary.
Yeah,
yes. Can you feel that?
Well, yeah, I've been in that myself. Yeah.
So I couldn't sleep well. Then so every morning at 4:30, I would just go to the piano academy, write the letter to the moms to tell them how much I cared about their sons and daughters. The moms really loved my letter.
Yeah, personal touch.
Oh yeah, just personal touch. The word of mouth helped my business grow. Before long, I had more than 200 students. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so 2 years after establishing my academy, some guys called me. And he said, yeah, he invited me to speak to a group of teachers.
Ah, your first lecture.
Yeah, my first lesson, but I said no.
Oh.
Because I had no idea. Okay, I have no experience give speeches in front of large people, large group of people. But he called me every day.
Wow.
Until I said yes. So finally, I said yes. So
It's lucky you said yes.
I gave a speech on a big stage, and I talked about how I dealt with mothers and the letters, and why I got up at 4:30 in the morning. And surprisingly, there was so much I wanted to share about. So the audience really loved my speech. So I thought, oh my God, wow.
Wow.
This could be my calling, yeah? So I realized I love being on the stage and sharing my personal experience. So I discovered a hidden talent, and I decided to become a public speaker.
And the rest is history. Yeah.
Yeah, this long history.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about
Oh, questions.
Yeah,
questions
pick
from
up-
the
pick
audience.
up the,
Okay. Are there
yeah,
any
comments.
questions? Is it okay. MK is very talented. Says Lanana. You're very talented. There you go.
you're gonna choose one person, yeah? Then I'm gonna give them
Okay.
some gift, my Reboot book
Okay.
with autograph.
Okay. An interesting comment.
Interesting comment. To find the interesting comment. Okay.
Everyone's just saying nice things about you. Between all these nice comments, I don't know what to choose really. Okay. The person who wrote hello, that's not very interesting. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting a lot of emoticons
very
coming up. Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
전 책이 있어요. 하하하. 멋져요. Nice meet you.
네.
You are just interesting. 멋져요. Oh, okay. Thanks for your. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Here we go. Yeah.
Lana. MK.
MK.
Thanks for your inspiring speech. What is the most effective factor applied to your business in order to reboot during the pandemic? Ooh, okay.
Good. So.
So, is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, for me? Oh, wow. Okay. I thought it was
For you. What's
Okay.
the most effective factor applied to your business in order to reboot your pandemic?
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, my business right now is entirely online. So I'm running an app for meditation, and we have audio contents that people can listen to when they feel unhappy or they can't sleep or they have stress. So actually, our kind of business is really made for this era. So I didn't really change anything, or there wasn't a new thing that I tried. It's more that I suppose. I mean, it's been a terrible time, and I wish it hadn't happened. But in a way, I've been lucky that my business was already kind of positioned for something like this. So I don't think I really changed anything, or there's a new factor, to be honest.
Well, because you started, because it's already the online business.
Yeah.
It is the application business, right?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I do think generally that, and I have felt for a long time, maybe 20 years ago, that even though I'm a very analog person, I mean, my soul is analog, but I feel that if I want to make any money, I have to be in the digital world. So I've always kind of positioned myself for that. And also, I like things that have kind of... I don't like working for a salary. Every month I will receive X amount. I want to do something that, if I'm lucky and it blows up, you know, the reward is potentially unlimited. So like writing a book could be like that.
Yeah, you're an entrepreneur. That's why, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 그러면 한국말 할 줄 아시죠?
예, 어느 정도까지.
네, 좀 한국말로 좀
오케이.
보여주시죠.
왜냐면 나이가 50대이고, 오케이.
김경애님, 김미경 학장님의 인터뷰에 응하게 된 이유는 무엇인가요? 라고 물으셨습니다. In Korean, right?
그럼 갑자기 좀.
이게 모두 전환이 돼야 돼, 그지? 예.
사실 우리 그 1년 동안 좀 친구 관계였죠. 예.
우리 친구죠?
예. 맞아요.
Right?
아니면
친구예요?
아니면 선후배.
선후배.
선후배로 생각할 수 있어요. 예. 그래서 연락이 왔을 때 뭐 당연히 뭐 도와드리고 응원해주고 싶은 마음으로 나왔습니다.
네.
이거 뭐 무엇보다 뭐 미경님에 대한 좀 리스펙트 있습니다.
진짜요?
예.
저를 리스펙트하는 게 있어요?
존경해요. 존경스러우신 분이어서 도와드리고 싶습니다.
네. 정말 고맙습니다.
네.
I appreciate your support
thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. 자, 재밌었습니다. Okay, Serena Huang, she's a CEO and founder of Ango.
Hello, everyone. Hello, MK.
Hi. Yeah. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is such a special day for you, special event.
Okay.
Congratulations on your book, being in English.
Thank you very much. Tell us about yourself a little bit. And then many people recognize you. You are a teacher, EBS teacher, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. My name is Serena. If you're in Korea, you probably recognize me from EBS. I'm an English educator, and I have a radio show and a TV show on EBS. And on the side, well, I don't know if it's on the side, but I am running a business myself, and it's called Engo. We have a sister company called Kindigo, and they are both online platforms for English learning. So Engo is targeted more for adults. Kindigo targeted for children, as I am a mom myself.
You're a CEO and founder, and you're a mom.
I am a mom. That's probably my biggest job.
So, Kirsten?
Yes. So in your book, you talk about mental immunity.
Yes, very.
And that was quite the fresh expression for me, because during this whole COVID, past couple years, it's been everyone's focused on boosting our immune system, being healthy, trying to get our vaccines, right? But you talk about mental immunity. Can you tell us about that? And can you also tell us how can we build up our mental immunity?
Wow, this is a really important question these days. These days, everyone is losing their patience because we've been fighting with a highly contagious virus over a year. Yeah? So the people are physically and mentally exhausted. Then some of us are just angry to everything. There are two kinds of immune system. The physical immune system and mental immune system. The physical immune system, the physical immunity protects our bodies. And we also have a vaccine. But what about mental immunity? There's no vaccine. Now, during this pandemic times, we need mental immunity to survive. The pandemic has forced us to face many challenges, like adjusting to the new normal, or using digital technology, or rebuilding your business online. These kind of things are daunting and scary. How can you build mental immunity in this situation? Okay, I tell you what, this is a secret I often use. Okay.
Just for me?
Just for you. So when you have something that daunts you, try to fold it into half a size. Okay? What I mean by this, for example, when I started studying English, my friends said, 미경아, it's impossible to be fluent at our age. Just forget it. But I didn't listen to them. I didn't listen to them. Then I just tell myself, okay, Mi경, I can do this. Okay, some people do this, meant that I can do it. Okay, so I can just fold it. I can just fold it half a size. I just said, okay, this is nothing. I can do it. It's not a big deal. Can I show you how to do it?
Okay.
Mhm. All right, this is, okay, this piece of paper. Imagine that this piece of paper is maybe your challenge. Do you have any challenge these days?
I mean, I think definitely just growing my business and adapting to new changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine that. This is your challenge these days.
Okay.
But sometimes you think, oh, this is too big to deal with. Then what you going to do this? What you going to do with this? Then just fold it. Okay? Just repeat for me. Okay? This is nothing. This is not a big deal. Okay? Right?
It's not a big deal. I'm going to fold it in half.
Okay, yeah, I can do this. So many people, people do this. That means I can do this too. So, and I really think practice saying encouraging word every day. Just to yourself, tell yourself, okay, encouraging word. What is your encouraging word?
That I am strong.
Okay.
Yeah, I am strong and I can fight through any challenges that are given to me. And I think that I can grow even stronger when in the face of challenges.
Right. Yeah. So fold it into half a size. Then your challenge is gonna become foldable. Okay? Just portable. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this. Yeah, you can carry this.
Put it in my pocket.
Yes. Okay,
I love that.
So this is very important during the pandemic because during the pandemic, there are so many things we have to study. The digital transformation or building your business online. There are so many things you have to study. This whole new world.
It's sometimes overwhelming.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yes, right. That's why, just you need your encouraging word when you're facing hardships and fold it half sides. Okay, this is nothing, not a big deal. Okay, what other people can do, then I can do. Yeah, like this. Okay.
I love that. My next question is, I mean, I've been following you for years, probably ever since you first started YouTube.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, I listen to you regularly. And actually, you're my encouraging words. So, yeah, I want to know more about your YouTube channel as well as MKYU, which is an amazing community as well because it's completely online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. I founded MKYU 3 years ago. As I mentioned, MK is my name. Okay. Y referring you and U meaning university. It's not your typical university. It's a place for continuity education and lifelong learning for mature students. Most of my students are in their 30s to 60s. Yeah. It's a place for, there's no graduation.
Yeah. And no tests?
Yeah, no tests.
That's good.
We have tests.
We have a little bit of tests.
There's tests.
Yes, we need some tests.
But not a grade, okay? Okay, it's no graduation. You can study for 5 years, 10 years, as long as you want. There are two concepts. We offer various courses to enhance their lives and to build their own businesses. And we also prepare them to have a new or future-oriented job, like a digital tutor. They're going to help elderly people to have a difficulty of using the technology. Okay, and green influencer. They helping. They let them know about the awareness. Life awareness, climate change. Yeah, the school has grown from 2,000 to 60,000.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, in 3 years. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I have MKYU now has more 1.4 million subscribers.
MKTV, right?
MKTV,
Yeah,
right?
wow.
MKTV, and it's the top education and self-development YouTube channel, in Korea.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, come and check it out.
Okay. I've already checked it out. If
Okay.
you haven't checked it out, check it out. Okay. I think those are all my questions.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Okay, can you choose the good comments?
So am
that
I
you
picking
like?
am I picking a comment that I like, and then are you sending them a book?
Wow, this I'm the one of the 60,000 students.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mi, yeah.
Oh, why don't we give her the book?
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
이영미님,
Yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations.
You get a signed book.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
It was amazing. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Our next guest is Joyce. She's my English teacher. Yes. Could you say hello to viewers? Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm very happy to be here today with you.
Everybody, you know you. Yeah. So, my all students know you you already.
That's right. It's because we're doing the MK Reboot Challenge these days. So for 60 days, every day we're reading 4 pages of the book in English, and we're recording it and posting it on Instagram. And I have to tell you, it's not very easy, even for a native speaker like myself. However, there are thousands of people who are partaking in this challenge, and we're all supporting each other and doing it each day by day.
Yeah.
Taking it one day at a time.
It is real challenging.
It is really difficult, isn't it?
Folded
Folded in half?
in half.
Right.
Okay. What's your question?
Well, I have a question. Today, in your formulas, you mentioned about making the digital transformation and becoming an independent worker. Do you have any advice for people who are still struggling to adjust to the new life?
Right. So many people are afraid of studying something new. The thing we have to study right now is the digital world. So we never experienced anything to study like this. So people who are a little older say it's too difficult. But I guarantee it's not that difficult. Then let me tell you about a lady in her 60s who used to work at a traditional photo studio. Her business went downhill after the pandemic. Then she heard about my school and MKYU and decided to enroll. Some people said, it was too late in life to start learning something new, but she did it anyway. She learned how to promote her shop online, and now her business is thriving.
Wow. Yeah, it's never too late to start something new,
Right.
to start learning something new.
Yes, right. So many digital tools are out there that make it very, very easy. So don't be afraid. I always say, learning new technology is like learning how to use a microwave oven. Okay? Once you jump into the digital world, you realize it's nothing.
Right.
Just imagine that, how to use microwave oven. Yeah, at the first time.
Well, the
it's
first
a
couple
little
of
bit-
times,
Yes.
it could be daunting.
Yeah.
You're a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're not sure exactly what's going to happen. But after using it just once or twice,
Yes.
it becomes second nature, very easy to use. And you can't live without it.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right, and I have one more question for you. I know you're super busy. You talked about your YouTube channel, your MKYU, and you're always taking on these new projects. Do you have any personal future goals that you are trying to achieve?
Okay, my future goal. Okay, beautiful grandma.
To become a beautiful grandmother. You're already
No.
beautiful, so you
Okay.
only need to become a grandmother now.
To become a beautiful grandma. Okay, my future goal or my second dream is very simple. For the last 30 years, I have shared my life and my experience to only Korean people.
That's right.
My next goal is to become an international motivational speaker. I've always dreamed of meeting people in different countries and talking to people from different cultures. To do that,
Right.
I've been studying English every day. No, not every day.
Almost
but
every
almost
day. Yeah.
Almost every day for the past 3 years. You know?
And you released the book, Reboot, in English.
Oh, yes.
And we're here to celebrate that today.
Ah.
That's the first step, I think, in getting closer to an audience that is outside of Korea. Right?
Yes, right. But you know something? The learning other language is very difficult at my age, you know. So sometimes some people said, yeah, there are really bad comments.
I've read a lot of them.
Did you? Did you read that?
I read, I've seen many of them. That's
Yeah.
right.
I read many bad comments on my video clip. Yeah, after I maybe interview with many foreigner, then there are very bad comments, a lot of very bad comments. Then I feel a little bit sad because I spent all the 24 hours to regret my my mistake. Okay, but when I speak in Korean, I feel very confident. Okay, but when I speak in English, I feel very embarrassing. I feel like I'm still sitting there in my underwear, you know. So,
Right.
oh my God, it's so embarrassing. But I am exposing my flaws because I want to show them. Okay, Kim Mi-kyung, MK Kim. Now I'm challenging like this. I want to show you when I'm gonna challenge myself, that I'm doing like this. So just follow me.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go together.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned today that even if you're 10% ready, you should start because you can never be fully prepared. By the time you're fully prepared in English, which will take a very long time because learning a second language is not easy.
Yeah, not
You just got to dive in there, right? And you just take on the challenge from there. Yeah, and you're doing a wonderful job.
Now I'm 10% ready, but I think, this is just right time to start.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
you're
I'm
right.
gonna add every day. I'm gonna improving every day. Then I'm gonna show you, where I'm here today.
That's wonderful. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. All right.
All right, so do I get to pick somebody
yes,
here
yes,
today?
yes, right.
All right,
Uh-huh.
let's take a look. Let's see, what can we choose?
Oh, there's one 강담비.
강담비.
Yeah,
okay. 김미경 학자님처럼 영어를 도구로 제 의견을 저렇게 표현하고 싶네요. 영어 공부의 의지 활활 타오르네요.
Yes.
You did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your goal. You want to show
Yeah.
others
Yes.
how you learn English and you want to motivate them to do that as well. Because if you can do it,
Wow.
they can do it.
Yes, right. I want to motivate you, but I did it already.
Right,
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me today.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Wow. I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us. The viewers of MKTV, the students of NKYU, and the guests. Okay. The next few years after the pandemic will be challenging. But we'll overcome these turbulent times together. We can get back up on our feet again. Just remember this. Hope is still with us. Thanks so much. Bye. Hi.